can do for your kids for back to school season. It's a simple heart pin or barrette. It has a little heart on the back so that they know that mommy is always close to their heart. And it's really easy with some, inexpensive fabric and materials you can pick up at your local craft store or over at your local Walmart. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, you need 9 circles, and what I did was I used a circle punch, a large size circle punch that I got at the craft store to make my template for the circles. The fabric that I selected was roughly $1.27 for a swatch like this over in the craft supplies at Walmart. And then you also need 1 sheet of felt, which is 20 cents, and I picked red for the red heart. And then you'll just freehand cut a red heart out for your base, and then you need 9 circles to create your fabric flower. So what we're going to do is I wanted to show you how to make each of these little petals that go inside of the flower. First, you're going to take a circle and you're going to fold it in half. Then you're going to fold it up like this on one side, up like this on the other side. Now what I do just to secure it and make sure that it stays is take your glue gun and just put a tiny dot of glue there just to hold it all together. Then you're going to take the glue and glue the seam where all of the fabric is gathered at the bottom. And then with your heart, you're going to be putting it in like so. And then hold it until it's secure on the heart. You're going to do this all the way around the heart with 4 of the petals all the way around. So I'll show you one more time. You take the fabric circle, fold it in half. You want the wrong side on the inside. And then fold it up on one side like so. Fold it up on the other like so until you have a little bit of a fabric petal there. And again, secure it with just a tiny bit of glue. And then on the end, glue again on the end. And then we're going to put it in on that direction. Oops. Okay, and then continue repeating the process. As you can see, my circles aren't perfect, and that's okay because the imperfections won't really show when everything's all gathered on there. So again, gluing, and we're going to do it all 4 ways like that to start the flower. Okay, so now we have the 4 petals, but you can see that the heart is still showing through it. So that's when we're going to fill in all of this red area with more petals between each of the ones that are already there. So we're doing the same thing, just in the blank spaces that are between it. Now with the last 2 circles, we're going to put those in the center so that they fill out the hole in the middle. And it's optional. You can add a button in the center of it if you would like a little more in the middle, or you can leave them plain. I have done them both ways. I like them both ways. It depends on what you're using them for. If you're using just a basic pin, you might want it without the button, but I think the button adds a little bit of fun detail if you're using it as a hairpiece. So the heart on the opposite side will just signify to your child that you care about them and that they're close to your heart while they're away. My daughter's starting kindergarten this year, and this is something special that I wanted to create for her so that she knew that mommy was there with her. Okay, and you can see that this flower is all filled out now. And then on the flip side, where our heart is, we are going to put a pin. And you can get these in the jewelry section of the store. They have an adhesive, but you might want to add your own additional bit of glue just to make sure that it stays on there. If you want to make it a barrette, you can purchase these barrettes too. They're not very expensive, just a couple dollars, and you can make a barrette instead. I've also seen where people do a pin here and then do a layer of barrette there. If that's not going to bother your child, you could do that, although I caution against applying a pin to your kid's head. And then you're just going to secure it there. Hold it in place. And like I said, you can add a button if you'd like, or you can just leave this one plain. I'm going to leave it plain, but you can see all the pretty ruffles, and this is just a special way to let your child know that you care about them and they're close to your heart. And I highly recommend giving this inexpensive craft a try. Thanks.